Hello, everybody. Tito here. I'm going to re-release this episode because the ending of it, when I did the gameplay, the audio was way too loud and it wasn't a good quality experience. So we are going to just cut that out for this time and fix it for next time. Thank you, and hope you enjoy the rest of it. Welcome back to Talking Hearthstone, everybody. I am Tito Santana. This is the podcast where we talk about Hearthstone. This is episode 2. So our first episode is in the books. Been very happy with all the feedback we've gotten so far, so please keep it coming. A lot of constructive criticism, a lot of positive enforcement, so thank you so much. I do plan on trying to find the right cadence for the show that works for me. I know ideally a podcast is always on Tuesdays or Fridays or whatnot, and you know that, hey, it's Tuesday, I'm going for my walk with my dog, I'm going to listen to Tito talk. I'll get there over the next couple weeks. It's one of my main goals to kind of figure out how this fits into my schedule. My schedule has been kind of weird the last couple weeks with a few different things happening, including my Twitch engagement this week, which I'll talk about in a couple seconds. But I promise you I will get to something consistent over the next couple weeks. Just have a little bit of patience with me and we'll find our rhythm. Right now, I do plan on trying to do 2 episodes a week. And I also plan on putting these episodes as a podcast on your podcatcher of choice and as YouTube. The first episode is on YouTube. I also plan on exclusively on YouTube putting out a couple extra gameplay videos. So I know that gameplay videos aren't the biggest draw, but I'm going to use them to work on my editing skills. I'm going to keep it very simple at first. And I'm also going to work on just calling more games like this out loud, talking about everything, and just get some more practice at it. So if you want, you can follow me. Just search Tito Santana HS. You'll be able to find my channel and subscribe to it. We'll have those games out there, and we'll also have this podcast out there. This is like my 4th take of doing episode 2. The first one, I had some audio issues. The second one, I had some other technical issues. The first one, I had a really good game, but the problem was that the audio issues, there was a little too much crackling, and it was kind of not good. I would have tried to roll with it if it wasn't that bad, but I had just hooked up my Focusrite, which is a kind of in-between piece of equipment that goes between my microphone and my computer, my guitar and my computer. Don't worry, I will not be playing any guitar. But I had the gain, I think, up a little too high, and if I got a little too close to the mic, it was getting a little crackly. Kind of a fine balance. Audio is never fun, but we're figuring it out. So I'm hopefully that this will be a good episode as far as everything's working correctly. So as I mentioned before, this week I am doing a week-long streamathon type thing. I'm calling it Tito's Totally Terrific Twitch Takeover. We are giving away a standard Perils in Paradise bundle, courtesy of Blizzard and Amberflight Gaming. There are several different ways that you can enter this. I'm going to try to go through these real quick. The special one that you're only going to hear about here is that you can email the show at talkinhearthstone@gmail.com. That's TALKIN Hearthstone@gmail.com. Email will also be in the show notes. And just suggest a deck for next week or for a future episode that you'd like to see me talk about. Also, any feedback and constructive criticism would be welcome as well. But all you have to do is do that, and you get an entry. And when I say an entry, I'm not doing this thing where we have everyone buy a ticket in Twitch chat, and then we do a roll of everyone that's there. I want to reach a diverse audience, and the whole goal of my week of streaming is to try to draw some more folks in. I'm not looking to farm money. I'm not looking to get subs or bits, but obviously feel free. I would appreciate them, but I'm just trying to build up some engagement. So all these things are ways to get you to engage with my content. So let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. So that's one way to enter. The drawing will be at 10 p.m. on June 29th Eastern Time. You do not have to be there. If you have an entry, you have an entry, and I will reach out to you if you are the winner. You can also listen to this week's episode of Bread and Butter, which I will be recording tonight with Just a Guy and Storm Rage. So if you, just like I mentioned here, how you could do something by emailing the show, we will talk about that on the Bread and Butter show. You can also, that will get you one entry. You can also leave a 5-star review for either of these podcasts, Bread and Butter or Talking Hearthstone, on iTunes or bonusroll.gg. If you do all 4 of those things that we just mentioned, that's 4 entries, and that's quadruple your chance to win this bundle. You can also stop by our stream at twitch.tv/Tito Santana HS. We will be there every day this week between 5 p.m. Eastern time at midnight. And today won't matter because you won't get this until probably I'm already streaming. But I'm going to try to stream a little bit more than that, a little earlier, lunchtime streams. Not sure, depends on how the week goes, but we'll at least be there from 5 to 12. And we'll have little opportunities for you to win entries. Like there is a couple, I do have a redeem that if you can challenge me to a game of Hearthstone, and if you win, you get an entry. So far I'm 1-1. If something happens on stream, like we beat the first boss in Hades 2 yesterday, so we everyone that was there let me know, and then we gave them an entry. We might do some battlegrounds, so just some fun. We're just trying to have some engagement, trying to build up a little bit of a community, so love to have you there, and if you're there, you'll have an opportunity to win more. Also this week, we're going to have a couple guests, like we're going to have Draco Cat come on and play some Demon Hunter with me. We're going to have Judge come on. We're going to do some arena stuff, so that should all be fun. I keep an eye on my Twitter, Tito Santana HS, and when those things are coming up, I will let you know. There is one other way that you can earn 10 entries into the drawing. That's right, 10 entries. So instead of the quadruple, in addition to the quadruple, the 4 ones you can get earlier, you can get 10 additional ones. And that's to donate to the Trevor Project through Amberflight Gaming. It's https://tiltify, tiltify.amber-flight-gaming/@amber-pride-pride-2024. You give a donation to the Trevor Project, which is probably the most important thing we're doing here, and you add in the comments hashtag Tito Bundle. We will get you 10 entries into the drawing. Now, if you forget to add the comment, just let me know. We can just double check, make sure you're there, and we'll get you there. So that is the most important thing. I'll have all this information in the show notes. So go from there. Hopefully we get to see you in stream. So let's get to the slander of the week that came from the other side of the world. Now, there's already drama. It's only my first week and we already have some drama. But I do come with receipts, so I'm going to roll the clip right now.
Tito Santana from the Bread and Butter podcast, who's also just started his own Talking Hearthstone podcast. I think it was Talking Hearthstone. So that's cool. He's basically blatantly ripping off our format here.
All right, now let me be clear about several things. There is no walking anywhere. I'm recording this on PC. I'm sitting down. Now I have a standing desk. I might stand up. I might pace a little bit. I might sway or bob. But I guarantee you there will not be any walking anywhere. Additionally, I'm currently between jobs. So even if I was walking, which I'm not, I don't have a place to go to. I don't have a job to go to. So there will be no walking to work for now. So this completely different show. Also, and this is probably the most important part. I think we all listen to podcasts while we're walking or even when we're sitting there, whatever. I listen to podcasts while I'm walking my dog. I usually listen to them at about 1.5 speed so I can get through all the content. And when I listen to Blister Guy talk on his podcast, I get so tired and out of breath. I feel like I ran a marathon. He's struggling to talk while he's talking and walking and dodging cars and buses and spiders with knives and all the weird stuff they have down there in Australia. So you listen to this show, you're not going to feel like you just ran a mile after it's over. So, you know, we're doing a totally different thing. And also, I don't have a charming accent to fall back on. I'm not a big fan of my voice, which is kind of weird to say because I'm doing a podcast and I'm talking and putting my voice out into the world. But I'm from New England. We don't talk that good. So you're not going to hear this charming accent. You're going to hear me. So we don't even have that to fall back on. So it's a completely, totally different show. Now, in all seriousness, I'm sure you know we all love Blister Guy. Fantastic member of the community. He did say a little bit after that about how, you know, we already talked about this. Before I even started this project, I said, hey, I want to do something similar. And, you know, I think that the way he does the games at the end, and hopefully the way I do the games at the end now, is great for the hearing impaired community because we talked about this last week. I'm not going to get back into all that, but I think the more content there is out there for them, the better. So adding that to maybe just finding my own voice, it will be a different show. There'll be some similarities, but it'll be a different show. It's kind of going to be a little bit more like a hybrid of walking to work and Off Curve, if you remember Wicked show that he was running before he became a permanent host on Coin Concede. So we'll get there. But I talk to Blister Guy all the time. We talk about family, music, Hearthstone, podcasting. He knows that I'm doing this, and it's all in good fun. So thank you, Blister Guy, for everything. All right, moving on. So there's not enough cards out in Perils of Paradise to really kind of group up any cards and start talking about them. We haven't got a whole lot of class cards yet. In fact, I'm not sure we got any class cards yet outside of the reveal video. So we're going to wait to talk about cards. Hopefully we have enough time to talk about them between now and when the set release. I think we will. I want to break down probably each class, maybe in its own episode. So we'll wait till we have more information about that. So I know that Coin Concede and other shows have been talking about the cards, so you can go ahead and go over there and listen. But we're going to evaluate the whole thing as a whole, each class. So I guess now we're going to talk about the deck we're going to play today. And we are going to play Wishing Rogue. Now, Wishing Rogue, in my opinion, is just basically Excavation Rogue, but with some cards removed and some coin generation cards and wells thrown in. So our key cards in this deck are the Excavation package, which gets you random stuff in your Scorpion. That's what Rogue does now. You have Valrock, who used to be this meta tyrant and is still a really good card, but now it just feels like a solid card. It doesn't feel like you don't feel oppressed when they play it. We also have various ways to generate coins, like Dart Throw and Greedy Partner, and there's a couple others. Obviously, we have Wishing Well, because we need to use the coins to generate 1 mana legendaries. We have Test as a finisher, which works well with both the Excavation package and the random legendaries. And we also, I'm not saying this is a key card, but we're also featuring Bounce Around, featuring Garona in this list. I wouldn't call it key. I'm not even sure it belongs in the deck, but in the list I picked, it's there. So we are going to play it. So I am going to switch over to the Hearthstone client, and we are going to play this game. I actually did this once before. Hello, everybody. Tito here. I had originally had this episode that had the game, but the game sounds were too loud, and it just was not a pleasant experience. So I'm removing that. We'll make sure that the levels and everything are fixed next week. I kind of rushed things out because of everything with the streamathon that I'm doing, but we need better quality than that. You expect better quality than that. If you're going to listen to us, you're going to want to hear things you want to hear. So I'll just cut the game out for this week. It'll be back next week, and we'll make sure that we do everything properly. Thanks for your patience. We'll catch you on the next episode. All right. Well, you can find me at Tito Santana HS on both Twitter and Twitch. You can email the show at talkinhearthstone, TALKIN Hearthstone @gmail.com. Remember that you can get an entry for our giveaway if you email the show and tell us which deck you would like to see. Remember, I am streaming all week at twitch.tv/Tito Santana HS, and we are going to be giving other opportunities to win the bundle, the standard bundle for Perils in Paradise, courtesy of Blizzard, courtesy of Amberflake Gaming. Shout outs this week. I'd like to shout out Blister Guy, obviously, for being a good sport and just a generally good person. I want to shout out Blizzard and Amberflake Gaming for giving me the opportunity to give away the bundle. And I'd also like to shout out Dragon Rider, who is the leader of Amberflake Gaming, who specifically gave me this opportunity. So thank you very much. We still don't have an actual sign out yet, so I'm just going to say for now, thanks for listening.